So Lexus just released a new concept vehicle, and it's an interesting concept vehicle because it's not actually a new vehicle. It's the existing Lexus GX in an off-road configuration. And so they're taking what already exists and has existed for many years in the Lexus GX, and they're adding a number of off-road features, making it a very capable overland vehicle or off-road vehicle, and calling it a concept. And so it's kind of an interesting release onto the market. It's maybe accomplishing one of two things. It's possible that Lexus is looking at kind of introducing its own version of the Toyota Racing Development, or TRD division of Toyota. It could be the Lexus Racing Division, LRD. Who knows if maybe they're thinking of incorporating that into their brand. In a lot of ways it would make sense because the Lexus SUVs are extremely capable. They're very similar, mechanically speaking, to the Toyota counterparts, and there's no reason why you couldn't have an off-road capable version of those same Lexus SUVs. It would just kind of be the ultimate luxury off-road vehicle, competing with the likes of Range Rover. So really interesting possibility. Kind of makes you wonder if they're getting ready maybe to release a new division like that. The other thing that kind of makes me think is maybe they're just trying to kind of spark interest in taking older Lexus GX vehicles and turning them into off-road vehicles. And it's kind of funny that that's not already the case, because the Lexus GX is built on the Toyota Prada that's sold overseas. Essentially, that is the European and Asian Land Cruiser. And so it's obviously a very capable vehicle, but in this market, it's sold as a luxury vehicle for whatever reason, rather than a true off-road vehicle. So with the release of the concept vehicle, these are some of the photos that Lexus put out showing this Lexus GX, and you can see that it looks really awesome, very off-road capable, with some really nice added features. The interesting thing is that the features that they're showing in this concept release are all things that you could do aftermarket. And so you could buy a Lexus GX right now, make these same changes that they're outlining, and end up with this vehicle today if you really wanted. And so just kind of going around the vehicle real quick and showing you what they're showcasing on it. For starters, up top, they've got an easy-on K9 roof rack. On that rack, we've got an Overland Solar 160-watt panel. They've got an Alibox storage cases, Max Truck recovery boards, and then a rigid 50-inch LED light bar. On the driver's side of the hood, you'll notice a little antenna. That's for an ICOM 5100A ham radio. And then up front, they've got a hidden winch. It's got the CBI Custom Stealth bumper with a hidden worn winch, 9.5 XPS. And then on the wheels, they've got a set of Lexus F Sport wheels, and then General Grabber X3 tires in a slightly oversized 275/70 R18. Below the doors, you'll notice that they've got a set of CBI frame sliders, and then they've got full body Under Armour under the vehicle. As far as suspension, they've got the Icon suspension with 2.5 CDC remote reservoirs and billet control arms with delta joints. And then you'll see that just kind of for effect, they've got the Overland trailer in tow. That is a Patriot Camper X1H trailer. And then they've got brake controller included as well. And then inside the vehicle, they've got Goose Gear custom drawer system and National Luna refrigerator. So really cool setup. And what's even cooler about this is that you could go buy a Lexus GX right now, make all these changes, and have this ultimate vehicle. So you can see, looking at the images, a really cool setup. In some ways, I think people assume that Range Rover is like the ultimate luxury SUV brand, off-road brand. But really, the Lexus GX, if I was going to be going on an overland adventure or a true off-road adventure, and I wanted to do it in ultimate luxury, Lexus GX is what I'd go with over Range Rover, hands down. You're going to have a vehicle that's much more reliable and equally off-road capable. It's funny, I ran into an old friend the other day who's got a Lexus GX460, which is the older GX, and he had it fixed up really nice. He took the running boards off, put on a set of Toyota 4Runner TRD off-road wheels. Great looking vehicle, and he was kind of joking that it's the poor man's 4Runner, which it totally is. They're way more expensive than 4Runners when they come out as a new vehicle, but then on the used car market, just because they're a little bit more obscure and people get scared away by the luxury nature of Lexus, just like other luxury brands, And so as a result, they don't sell for as much on the used car market. And so you can get into a Lexus GX for the same price or less than a 4Runner after several years being on the market. And you're getting a vehicle that's also going to be very reliable, very off-road capable, and really just a sweet overall ride. Now, I used to have a Lexus GX460 myself, and it was a really great vehicle, very off-road capable. It had a nice V8 in it that was very smooth and powerful, very luxurious vehicle. It had the third row seats that were very usable, and really just a great overall SUV. And I was shocked when I owned that vehicle that there wasn't more of an off-road community. It definitely does exist. There are Lexus GX owners out there that are turning them into overland vehicles and taking them off-road, but it's still somewhat limited at this point. And so I can't help but wonder a little bit if Lexus is just kind of trying to stoke that interest a little bit and the possibility of modifying the GX and kind of creating the culture that you've got with vehicles like the Tacoma and the 4Runner, and really trying to kind of popularize that. But I think that the GX is a great option to consider for an off-road vehicle. The Land Cruiser obviously is very capable, but it's also very expensive. The Sequoia, to me, even though they've got the new TRD off-road model, it just isn't really designed to be a true off-road vehicle. It's a great family hauler, but the design of the vehicle isn't that conducive to taking it off-road. 4Runner is obviously a great option too, but if you want an alternative to the 4Runner, you want something that's maybe a little more luxurious, a little more powerful with that V8 engine, and a little bit more spacious, the Lexus GX is a really great fit that kind of fits right in the middle between the 4Runner and the Sequoia in terms of size. And like I said before, it's kind of the poor man's 4Runner because you can get such a good deal on a used one on the used car market. So I think Lexus is really onto something here, trying to promote the GX as an off-road vehicle. Whether we see a new lineup of off-road specific vehicles from Lexus or they're just trying to generate interest, who knows? But either way, it's a pretty cool concept vehicle. For more Toyota videos, subscribe to my channel. In the meantime, thanks for watching.